Hey everybody, it's Mr. Greg. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm so excited about tonight's live, and I know this is going to be a great live that all of us are going to benefit from, because we're going to be talking all about behavior with our friend Rebekah Poe. Hey Rebekah.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
We're excited to have you. I cannot wait to talk to you. You've got lots of great things happening. You have a big announcement to share with us. And behavior and classroom management, I think, is something that we're always trying to do better at and to load our toolbox. So I can't wait to chat with you about all of the things tonight.
Awesome.
I want to remind everybody that we are giving away a free ticket to Elevate Virtual. All you have to do to enter tonight's giveaway is hit the share button and get in the comments. The more you share, the more you comment, the more chances you have to win a free ticket to Elevate Virtual. So hit that share button, invite your friends to join us. Get in the comments. What questions do you have for us about behavior and about data-driven behavior? I'm very intrigued by all of this, so I can't wait to get into this. Y'all listen, it's wild over here, okay? The dog is here to visit. We have electricians working downstairs. We've had other contractors in the house today. Adeline's yelling at the workers to be quiet. Rebekah has a broken hand. I've got kindergarten crud, so we're thriving over here. So join us, because you never know what's going to happen in the next 30 minutes. So Rebekah, tell everybody who you are and a little bit about yourself.
Yes, well, like you mentioned, my name is Rebekah Poe. I am a special education teacher. I've been in special education now for, goodness, this is going on 14 years, which is wild. I feel like I'm not old enough to have been in education for 14 years. But I have been. My husband is also a teacher. He teaches middle school band. So bless him. And everybody always is like, oh, you must have so much patience to teach special education. I'm like, no, my husband teaches sixth graders to play the clarinet. So he's got all of the patience for days. But yeah, so I've taught every grade from kindergarten all the way through the 18 to 21-year-old multidisability transition class. Loved all of it. Currently, I am a resource teacher for fifth grade at our local public school. It's a 3rd through 5th grade school. I really like having it broken up like that. We have a primary, which is K through 2, and then our intermediate is 3rd through 5th. And I love having the big kids. They're not so big that they think they're too cool for you, but they're not so little that they're not as independent. But everything that I'm going to be talking about in the session applies to any grade, any age group, any ability level. So all of these things are going to be able to be used for all of the primary teachers that I know are going to be in attendance. I'm really excited to get to share with that.
Yeah, we're really excited because, like we said, it's behavior, and anytime we're talking about behavior, it's a challenge. And over the past few years, I've seen just every year teachers talking about how challenging behaviors are, and we're always looking for ways to support teachers when it comes to behavior and classroom management. So I know your session at Elevate Virtual is going to be incredibly helpful and beneficial for all of us. So I can't wait to watch your session. Rebekah is joining us at Elevate Virtual this summer. You can register by clicking the link here in the comment, and if you use the code Rebekah, REBEKAH, and the link, you will save an extra 25% off when you register for Elevate Virtual. So make sure, if you haven't yet registered, you need to do that now. Click that link, use the code Rebekah, and save yourself an extra 25% off. And a reminder, we do have a giveaway going. So if you want to enter the giveaway, hit that share button, invite your friends to join, and get in the comments. The more you share, the more you comment, the more chances you have to win a free ticket to Elevate Virtual. So Rebekah, your session is data-driven behavior. So give us what exactly is that? Like, give us a short, simple, like, overview of what exactly is data-driven behavior.
All right, so data-driven behavior is just like we're going to be looking at data-driven academics. We're looking at what the student is currently able to do. We're looking at where we want them to be, and we're going to use that data to bridge the gap and get us to that point. Students don't come into school knowing how to read. Students don't come into school knowing how to do multiplication. And a lot of times our students are now coming into school without those self-regulation skills, without knowing how to just sit and wait and be bored and practice patience. They don't have a lot of those skills. So it's up to the teacher oftentimes to kind of fill that gap a little bit and get them to where they need to be so that learning can happen. So with data-driven behavior, we're not going to be playing a guessing game. We're not going to be, it's not going to be trial and error. We're going to look at very specific things pertaining to the student's behavior. And I'll get into it more in the session, but something that is really going to come up a lot is called ABC data. A lot of people might know what that means. It's antecedent, behavior, and consequence. So we're going to be looking at what happens before a behavior occurs, the behavior itself, and then consequence, just meaning the effect of the behavior, what happens immediately after the behavior. And in doing so, we're going to be able to use that data to build a behavior hypothesis, to create behavior interventions that work to serve the function of that student's behavior. So we're not playing guessing games in the classroom. We're not trying something, then trying something else. This is going to be data-driven, just like it would be for your academics, interventions that you're going to be able to track and do progress monitoring on to really make a difference in the outcome in your classroom.
I love that. And you make such a good point, because I think this is something that we forget when it comes to behavior is, just like you said, kids don't come in knowing how to read and write and spell, but they also don't come in knowing how to self-regulate, like how to sit down, all of those things. And we need to approach it the same way we do academics, right? With data. And if it's not happening, then we need to reteach it. And then, so often we react in the moment and we're like, go sit over there or take a time out or all the things, but yet then we never take that reteaching, right? Just like with academics, if they're not getting it, we pull small groups, we reteach the lesson, we do interventions, we look at the data. And so I love that you're approaching behavior that way. And I think it's going to be so helpful for so many of us.
Good. I really think it's going to be good for this kindergarten through second grade age group that Elevate targets, because if we teach those skills at that young age and we practice it and we implement it, as they grow, as they move up to the upper grades, they'll have that foundational skill. Like, you wouldn't take a kindergartner and put them in an algebra class. You have to lay the foundation. It's the same when it comes to behavior and executive functioning. We have to lay that same foundation.
And you have to teach it, right? Like, it's not, they're not just walking into our classrooms knowing how to do all the things.
Right. And especially with our little ones, because, at home, they might be the firstborn, so they might be an only child. They might not have been in a setting similar to school before. And now all of a sudden they've been at home all day, every day with, their guardian, whoever their adult is at home. And then they get to school and there's 25 other 5-year-olds just like them. And oh my goodness, how do I interact with all these other tiny humans like me? How do I handle these big feelings in this tiny little body that I have? We have to be able to teach those skills, and we have to teach it with as much patience as we teach reading, as we teach math. Behavior is a skill that has to be taught as well.
Yeah. And I like that you talked about patience. Like, we had a faculty meeting after school today, and what was one of the things our principal talked about, he was like, I know we're all tired. He's like, I know when you're sending us a kid, you're up to here. He's like, I know we're all at that point in the year. And so that patience is such a big part of it. And I'm going to keep going back to that academic piece, because I think that's such a powerful connection when we're thinking about behavior, right? Like, if a kid doesn't learn their letters and sounds in the 26 days that we teach them, we don't get mad and give up, right?
Right.
And so behavior, we have to approach it the same way, even though it is hard and it can really get to your core, and you take it personally, even though you know you shouldn't take it personally. And so that patience part, I love that you mentioned that.
Yeah. So in the session, we'll talk about Q-TIP, which is an acronym for quit taking it personally, because it's not, if a student doesn't learn their letter sounds in the 26 days, it's not personal against you. They need more support. Same way if they're having behaviors, if they're having problems self-regulating, problems with executive functioning, it's not personal to you, it's personal to the student, because it's something that they're going through, that they're trying to learn. And we have to be the adult, we have to be the mentor and the model in the classroom for those students to see, hey, I'm not going to match this child's energy. I'm going to stay the professional adult that I am, and I'm going to acknowledge that this is a child and that I am the decisive element in the classroom that can control whether or not this student in that moment is made to feel worse about their behavior, or if we're able to work through that and find a solution together.
And listen, y'all, let's just be real. We're all human. We all have those days and we have those moments. And yes, I know I'm supposed to be the grown up in the room, but some days it's hard. It's hard. Some days, like, I just want to, like, a couple weeks ago, I needed a moment. So I just opened the door, stepped out in the hallway for a moment, took a couple of deep breaths, and was like, you're the grown up. You're the grown up. Be the grown up. And Courtney, you're absolutely right. Courtney says it's definitely easier said than done.
Definitely.
And you're 100%. And that's why we have Rebekah bringing in a session to Elevate Virtual, because she's going to help us figure out ways to make it easier to do. And so
to be learning self-regulation strategies for yourself as well, identifying your triggers in the classroom, what type of student behaviors really get under your skin, so that you're able to see, okay, this is happening. It happens to me. I teach preteens, okay? Like, it can be rough. It can be real rough. But I'll model, okay, I'm getting frustrated. I am feeling a little bit angry. I need to stop. I'm going to take my breaths, and I'll model that with the students so they see, yes, I am feeling frustrated. I'm getting in the red zone. If you do zones of regulation, you'll know what I'm talking about. And then they can see a healthy response to a negative emotion.
Yeah, and I think just letting them know that, yes, we are human, and yes, it's okay to get frustrated. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be upset. But then how you react in that moment is what makes a difference. And so give us, you talked about the ABCs. Mm-hmm. So give us a little bit of, can you explain those three without giving away too much, what the ABCs are?
Yeah, so the ABCs, again, A stands for antecedent, B stands for behavior, and C stands for consequence. So when we're looking at the ABCs of a problematic behavior in the classroom that we're trying to alleviate, we want to look at what is happening immediately before that behavior occurs. What class are we in? What time of day is it? What day of the week is it? We're going to get all of those little details to figure out, okay, what might have triggered this behavior in the student. Then we want to look at B, the behavior, and it needs to be observable. So we can't observe, oh, this student tore up, like this student is off the wall. We don't observe that. We have to look at, what do we actually see? The student is, getting up from their seat. The student has crumbled up their worksheet and has thrown it on the floor. What do we see happening? And then see the consequences. So when people hear the word consequence, they automatically think something negative, but consequence can be positive or negative. It's really the result of something else. So the consequence of the behavior. Was the student able to get out of doing something they didn't want to do? Did the student, did they, was there, were they angry? Like what happened as a direct result of the behavior? So we're going to get those three, and then we might notice some patterns that occur. Sometimes, you might have students who have two households that they live with, that their time is split with. And you might notice that on Mondays, after staying with one particular custodial guardian, the behaviors are escalated where they're not as much with another custodial guardian. So you just kind of want to note the patterns so that you can learn what's happening to cause those behaviors. Because we can't take away a student's behavior without giving them something to replace it with. But at the same time, we don't want to force the student to make grandiose changes when it could be something that we could change environmentally to reduce that trigger, to take it away.
I love all of that. I love all of that. I love that I like the replacement idea. Like we have, right? You can't just take something away and not give them a replacement. I love that. That was just an aha moment for me. So I know you're going to talk about that in your session, so I can't wait to get more on that. So I want to remind everybody, I'm seeing lots of comments. People are really identifying with this, talking about behaviors are challenging, how hard it is sometimes not to take it personal. So listen, if this stuff is clicking with you like it is with me right now, you're going to love Rebekah's session. If you're already having some aha moments, right? Kelly, replacing the behavior is such a great idea. So if you're already having those aha moments, imagine how many more of those aha moments you're going to get in Rebekah's session at Elevate Virtual. Elevate Virtual is a 90-day on-demand virtual conference. It is all on demand, which means you can watch all 36 sessions anytime, anywhere, whenever you want, as much as you want, beginning June 1st with access all the way through August 31st, 90 days. You get 36 sessions, 4 keynotes, hundreds of dollars in free downloads and resources for your classroom, a certificate of contact for 36 hours, $10,000 in giveaway. You can watch on your laptop. We have an app so you can watch on your phone. We've made it easy for you to get access to all of the content from anywhere with the app. So if you haven't registered, now is the time to register for Elevate Virtual. Go ahead and click the links in the comments and the description to get registered. And if you click that link and use the code Rebekah, REBEKAH, that'll save you an extra 25% off of your registration, which will make your Elevate Virtual registration $60 instead of $80. So get registered. And as a reminder, we are giving away a free ticket to Elevate Virtual. So click that share button, invite your friends to join us, get in the comments. The more you share, the more you comment, the more chances you have to win a free ticket to Elevate Virtual. And I think I saw a comment about tagging some friends to get extra entries. So if you hit that share button, comment, and tag friends, you'll get extra entries. And here in a few minutes, somebody's going to win a free ticket to Elevate Virtual. So Rebekah, I know right before we went live, you told me that you have something really exciting happening. And so I would love for you to share that news with everyone.
Yes, I have published my very first book.
Awesome. Congratulations.
So surreal. It's been a lifelong dream. I've always wanted to be a writer. And so my bachelor's degree is in English, and then my master's degree is in collaborative education. So I was able to combine both of those passions. And the book I've written is called Blueprint for Inclusion. And it is a guide for general education teachers who teach students with IEPs in that gen ed setting, because so many of our general education teacher, like my counterparts, my gen ed teacher counterparts, they might get one class of special education in college, and it's typically on low incidence disabilities. And then you get into a classroom and you've got 7 kids with IEPs and 5 of them have 504s. And oh my gosh, what do you do? That's what my book is for. My book is I want to come alongside you and show you this is the special education process. This is the eligibility process. These are research-based, evidence-based practices that you can implement in your classroom starting immediately. It's very actionable. It has resources that are going to be aligned with it that you'll be able to download. I'm thrilled to get it out into the world, and it's actually launching on my birthday on April 23rd. So happy birthday to me. Here's my book. But yeah, I can't wait to get it into the hands of all the teachers.
Well, that is amazing. We are so excited for you. We know what a huge accomplishment that is. Where can we buy the book?
So it will be on Amazon, on Barnes & Noble's website. There should be some other book websites that it will be on, I think Target. I will have some copies that can be ordered through my website. It's not on there yet. Right now, the only link is a pre-order for the ebook on Amazon. But April 23rd, it goes live. You'll be able to get actual physical paperback copies, and I can't wait to get it out there. I'm not sure if you can hear my neighbor's music. Apologize if you can.
Is it good music?
Right. That's definitely a song that I would have heard as a teenager.
I love it. Well, listen, this is what we love about these lives is that you never know what's going to happen. Dolly's been in here. Sometimes Adeline interrupts. You just never know what's going to happen. So we love it. Tell everybody, what is your website?
It's RebekahPoeTeaching.com, and that is Rebekah with a K, Rebekah, RebekahPoeTeaching.com. My website is in the process of being updated to get the new link for the book added, but I'm also on Instagram. You can find me at Rebekah Poe Teaching.
I love it. I love it. Well, again, congratulations. I can't wait to grab the book. Again, we're talking about all of these things that teachers need. And as Elevate, and as Kindergarten Smorgasbord, and when we're talking to teachers, one of the things that comes up the most after behavior is working with special needs. Mm-hmm. That is one of the topics, one of the things that we get so many questions and requests about, both as Kindergarten Smorgasbord and Elevate. And so we're so grateful that you're a part of Elevate Virtual this summer, because we know there's such a need. And I think your session, along with your book, is going to be invaluable to teachers. So I can't wait to dive into this session. If you could leave everybody, we have a few minutes left. So I'll remind everybody, hit the share button, get in the comments. The more you share, the more you comment, the more chances you have to win a free ticket to Elevate Virtual. And if you tag some friends, you get some extra entries. So you have a few more minutes to get entered, and we'll draw a winner here in a few minutes. But I'm going to ask Rebekah, if you could leave us with one simple thing, and I know this is a tricky one because we know there's no simple fix, but just one takeaway that we could all take back into our classrooms as many of us head towards the end of the school year, especially here in the South. We're down to 30 something days. So what is one good thing that we can do over these next 6 or 7 weeks to make classroom management and behavior a little less challenging, a little less overwhelming for us?
All right, so I have 2 things. One is a little bit more of an action step piece of advice, something you can do tomorrow, and that is to offer your students choice. Now, you're going to make the choices between 2 things that they still have to do, but you can make them have a little more autonomy in making the decision for themselves. So if it's time to leave the rug to go back to the table, and you've got a kiddo who's not one to leave the rug, it's all right, it's time to leave the rug. Would you like to hop like a bunny, or would you like to crawl like a turtle? Then they're still meeting the expectation. They're still heading back toward the table, but they've chosen how they get to do it. And you've added a little bit of a fun element to it as well. Now, something that's a little more generic that I think might help, just when it comes to understanding student behavior, there's a quote that if you take my session, if you listen to my session, you will hear it, because it's one that I share frequently. I have it hanging up in my classroom. It's from Haim Gnod, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, but part of it says that we are the decisive elements in the classroom, and it is the way we respond to a student that determines if a child is going to be escalated or de-escalated, or humanized or dehumanized. And really, I know it's hard, and I know it's hard not to take it personally, but when you begin to think of yourself like, I am the decisive element in the classroom, I can make or break the situation, having that mindset helps shape your choices when it comes to responding to student behavior. So just that's something to think about as you go into the last little bit of the school year.
I love that. I love, we are so choice and voice is one of those things that I'm passionate about. And any chance I get, I talk to teachers about it. And I know it scares a lot of people, because people are like, oh, choice, you're giving them what they want. You're giving in and you're taking away control and power. You're not. Mm-hmm. You're making them, you're empowering our students.
Yes.
And with that empowerment, you get buy-in. And so I love that.
Yeah, and 5 and 6 and 7-year-olds are no different. They need to feel that sense of empowerment, just like
Absolutely.
to.
I love that. And I love that it could be as simple as, hey, it's time to go back to your seat. Do you want to hop or do you want to skip? Like, y'all, how easy is that? And especially if it's not something you do in your classroom regularly. Like if I were to go into my classroom tomorrow and say, okay, I need everybody to go from the carpet to get in line and you can hop or skip, my kids are going to love that. And guess what it cost me? $0. Guess how much time it took? 0. No stress. Like, I love that. And y'all, listen, that's just I feel like this has happened in every single live that we've done with our presenters. That's what Elevate is all about. Simple, that you can implement tomorrow. And Rebekah just gave us something that we can all take back into our classroom tomorrow, literally, and use it in our classroom tomorrow. That's what Elevate is all about. And imagine how many of those moments you're going to get at Elevate Virtual from Rebekah's session and from all of the other amazing sessions. So if you haven't yet registered for Elevate Virtual, you need to do it now. The price is $80, but if you click the link and use the code Rebekah, that will save you an extra 25% off, making it $60, which is basically around $2 per session. You can't beat that for professional development. And the great thing about Elevate Virtual, it's all on demand, which means you can watch it anywhere, anytime. You have 90 days on demand access to all of the sessions, the keynotes, hundreds and hundreds of dollars of downloads for your classroom. We have $10,000 in giveaways. You get a certificate of contact for 36 hours. We have an app so you can watch anywhere, anytime. My favorite are the 3 a.m. elevators who are up at 3 o'clock in the morning, hanging out, watching Elevate. I love those people. I'm not that person because I'm asleep because I have a 5-year-old. Can you use the code after the live is over tonight? Yes, Leah, you can. Just click the link here in the description and enter that code to save that 25%. Noelle, Crystal says, I love the simple implementation of choices, right? It's powerful insight. So y'all, if you are loving this, just imagine how impactful Rebekah's session is going to be, because it's already impacted all of us. So you know that session is going to be powerful. So we can't wait. Noelle says that they do a dino walk or a cat crawl. I'm totally stealing those. Totally. Love it.
Love it.
And again, this is another great thing about Elevate. Sorry. Is the collaboration. Like, it's not a one and done. Like, we're building this amazing community of educators who are jumping in and supporting each other and sharing their ideas. And I love that. Earlier today in our Elevate Facebook group, somebody shared an idea about stacking cups and getting cups from restaurants. I'm like, man, like, I love that this is what we do as Elevate. Like, we're here in this group together, sharing ideas to help one another. So thank you, Noelle, for sharing your thoughts. I love that. Rebekah, thank you. This has been fantastic. I am thrilled about your session. I can't wait to watch and learn from you.
I'm excited to learn from everybody else.
Like, I know, right? Like, and I
hope people watching my session. I'm excited to watch other people's sessions.
I know, I'm the same way. And like, we get the videos are rolling in already. And so like, we're starting to get those sneak peeks and I'm starting to get to watch some of them. And y'all, it is fire. They're so good. They're so good, y'all. So get registered. Click that link in the comments or the description. Enter the code Rebekah to save an extra 25% off of your registration for Elevate Virtual. Sign up, get registered. You do not want to miss out on the only conference dedicated to early childhood educators. So join us. We cannot wait. And yes, Angie, 100%. Even adults need a village. Welcome to the Elevate Village, everyone. We are glad that you're here. Rebekah, we're glad that you're here. Congratulations again on your book.
Thank you.
All right, Jesse, let's pick a winner. So somebody's going to win a free ticket to Elevate Virtual. If you're the winner, you're simply going to send an email to crystal@elevateyourclassroom.com, and Crystal will take care of your ticket. All right, congratulations, Stephanie Dry. I hope that's how you say it. Congratulations, Stephanie Dry. You have won a free ticket to Elevate Virtual. So Stephanie, you'll send an email to crystal@elevateyourclassroom.com and she will take care of you. Again, everyone else, if you haven't registered, now's the time. Click the link in the comments and the description and use the code Rebekah to get registered to save 25% off. So you can register for Elevate Virtual for only $60. And if you're not joining us in person, why not come join us in person in Dallas, in Austin, Nashville, and St. Paul. We can't wait to see everybody virtually and in person. And in case you were wondering, those in-person and virtual events, completely separate events, and all of our events are all brand new content. So we can't wait to see you all at Elevate in person and virtually this summer. Rebekah, I can't wait for your session. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Everyone else, thank you all so much for hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate you. We love that you take time to hang out with us and give up some of your time to spend with us. And so we are so appreciative of you. Thank you for all that you do for your students, for your schools, for our profession and your communities. We see you, we hear you, we appreciate you, and we are in this together. Thank you all so much. Have a great rest of the night, and we'll see you all very soon. Bye, everybody.